Happy New Year! Hi guys, happy 2016. I hope you all had a fantastic 2015. This year was just exciting. I got to attend the full BEA for the very first time. I joined BookTube. Lionsgate opened a Hunger Games exhibition in New York City and asked if they could display my fan art in the exhibition. And I got to go see it and everything. And I read some stunning books in 2015. And what's interesting to me is that none of my favorite books were anything I had been anticipating. They just came to me randomly. Well, four of them? Two of them were recommended. One was recommended by Raylene and one was recommended by Kaz. So those were immediate buys for me because I trust them more than anyone else on here because we tend to share the most similar taste usually. So if they enjoy it, I'm gonna look into it. It worked out very well for me this year. But then the others took me by complete surprise. But I'll start with the Raylene recommended Forbidden by Tabitha Suzuma. Such a tough subject matter with beautiful characters, and they're some of my favorite characters I've ever known. Hits so hard. Couldn't let it go for days, and I couldn't pick up another book for weeks. And the Little Book Owl recommended, big surprise, Illuminae by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Such a thrill ride. Illuminae is the most unique and well-crafted book I think I've ever read. A sci-fi adventure in outer space, and it's amazing. It is so bold, so adventurous in its storytelling, and it works so well. More Happy Than Not by Adam Silvera. This book, oh wow. This is a debut novel which I can't get over because it is so impressive. It's about a teenage boy growing up in the Bronx, and he starts to realize that he's gay. And it's not just your typical sort of finding yourself contemporary story, because there's an element of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind to it. In this world there's a procedure that's been developed, a selective memory erasure procedure. So any particularly painful memories you'd rather not spend the rest of your life reliving, you can go and have them wiped out. And our main character here wants to have this procedure done to try and fix himself and forget that he is gay. And the idea of this procedure comes into play in very interesting ways that really caught me off guard. I thought I knew exactly where the story was heading, how the procedure was gonna play out, and everything, and I knew nothing. As much as I hate surprises in real life, they're my favorite thing in a book. When a book can turn everything on its head and make me see that not everything is as it seems. It's very open and honest, completely refreshing in every way. I'm so glad this book exists. Read it! Last, I sadly don't own these books. I can't display them or love them properly because they're only ebooks. District Ballet Company series by Catherine Locke. I love dance, and I saw the covers of these books and I could tell, oh, and the titles, and I could tell that they were about dance, so I bought them. Usually, all dance stories end up being kind of the same. You get the same character types, the same pitfalls, the same goals, and I'm okay with that because I'm so interested in it. But these books, what a breath of fresh air. I still can't get over how unique they are. First of all, this gorgeous writing. It flowed so beautifully. It was like watching a ballet. And this series is about passionate people with such drive. It was so inspiring, but also really heartbreaking. They explore mental illness and physical disability extraordinarily well and with such authenticity. Next up, I have my biggest disappointments of 2015. This is going to become something of an unpopular opinion category because... So I read Rainbow Rowell's short story in My True Love Gave to Me, and it was my favorite story in this whole book. It was so good. I loved the characters, I loved the writing style, and I was so pumped to get into this. So I was really excited to get into Fangirl, and even more excited because a really good friend of mine and I decided to buddy read it together. Buddy read it together? That was a little redundant. My friend and I decided to buddy read it, and we both ended up so disappointed in it. I I did give it a 3 out of 5 because I saw a lot of good in it. I marked some things, but overall I just felt a lot of disappointment here. And it kills me because Kath is me. Did you find all your classes? Yeah. Are you meeting people? Not intentionally. I relate to her so hard, but I failed to ever really grow to care about her. And I'm not sure how this happened. You're never going to find a guy who's exactly like you because that guy never leaves his dorm room. And she loves to write, and she's so awkward. I just relate to it so much. So how did I end up so disappointed in this? Well, I feel like I need more from my characters. All she cares about is writing fan fiction. That's it. She doesn't even take her college classes seriously. Where are her goals? Where are her dreams? I need something more from you, Kath. I just felt like it dragged on for so long for not really having all that much of a plot. Why are we reading all these chapters of a fake fan fiction story about a fake fantasy book inside of a contemporary book? Why are we here? I was here for a contemporary and I got half a book about a Harry Potter ripoff. Black Iris. This is my biggest disappointment of the year, and I'm so sad about it. Unteachable is one of my favorite books of all time. Nobody can touch this stunning lyrical prose. Leah is an incredibly talented writer, but I did not enjoy anything about Black Iris. I'll link my written review down below if you want more details as to why I feel this way about it. But basically, I feel like it handled mental illness very poorly, which is an immediate major turnoff for me. And it overall left me feeling icky and empty. I love books with tough situations and morally gray characters, but this was all just way too dreary and not well executed. I couldn't even bring myself to rate it on Goodreads because I didn't want to leave a poor rating on Leah's book. The last book that really disappointed me this year was All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. This was a total cover buy for me, so I was hoping for some great stuff inside, but what I got was another book that handled mental illness very poorly. Again, I'll link my full review down below if you want all the details about my issues with it. It's about a suicidal teenage boy, and his illness is treated with such levity, it made me feel a little sick myself. I feel like if it had stayed away from suicide and mental illness completely and just been a fluffy little summery contemporary travel type of story, it would have worked very well because Jennifer Niven is super talented and I will definitely check her out again. But this story, And my biggest surprise this year was Jennifer L. Armentrout. I just discovered her in 2015 and I read 10 of her books. 10! Fast-paced, fun, entertaining, great world building. So I think that's it for my wrap up. My goals for 2016 are to continue reading at whatever pace is comfortable for me and to stop worrying about hitting a number goal. Numbers are my arch enemies. They don't deserve any place in my reading world, so no. I'm going to continue using my star jar, and my star jar I've been filling up this year with little origami stars every time I finish a book. So I end up with a pretty decoration instead of a number. Numbers and I don't work together at all, ever. Oh, and I would like to read all of my unread books on my shelves because I think I have about 40 untouched books just sitting pretty on my shelves. They need to be read before I go crazy buying more. But I'm not going on an official book buying ban because, let's be real here, I can't do that. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy 2016. Happy reading. Bye!